കൊടുക്കേണ്ടി വരിക.
അതാ
മൈക്കല്ല ഡെസ്ക്ടോപ്പ്.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Okay, hello. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Very good morning, ma'am.
Morning all.
Welcome to
morning.
today's international webinar on opportunities and challenges of social entrepreneurship conducted by Department of Commerce and Management Studies, Amal College. It's very pleasure to gather here Our honorable guests are here. Yeah, everyone is so excited about this program. Be attentive and please do not disturb our speakers. Make sure your audios and videos are mute. If you have any queries or doubts, you can post it on chat box. Let's start our program. Let me welcome Dr. Abbas Gatoli, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management. Sir, over to you.
Okay. Very good morning to one and all. I'm delighted to have a one-day international webinar on opportunities and challenges of social entrepreneurship organized by Department of Commerce and Management Studies of Amal College, Nilambur. During this pandemic, this new normal condition, we all are locked at home and are not in a position to go to colleges and learn as usual. But the Amal College has set a role model to every academic institution how this pandemic or how this adverse situation can be turned into a opportunities and turned into a model for delivering education. We have been organizing several programs these days for the benefit of our students and teachers. And today we are in a wonderful program organized by Commerce Department, an international webinar. This is actually discussing about the recent changes in the challenges in the entrepreneurship and other business ventures. So my duty here is to welcome all of you to this program. First of all, I would like to welcome our Honorable Principal, Dr. Zakaria TV, who has been an inspiration to all of us in organizing such innovative programs in our college and in our department. So I'm very happy to invite you, sir, and I welcome you again to this program. Next, I would like to welcome today's keynote speaker, Dr. Rajiv Chakraborty. He is Assistant Professor and Chairman of Department of Business Administration, Port City International University, Bangladesh. I'm very happy to see that he has consented to be part of this program and to join and deliver a keynote address in this program. So I welcome you, sir, to this one-day international webinar. Next, I would like to welcome our Head of the Department of Commerce and Management Studies, Dr. Dhanya K.A. She has been taken a lot of effort to make this program happen on schedule and also taken her proper care making this program very useful to the students and teacher community. And next, I would like to mention the coordinators of this program, Mrs. Nisha from the Department of Commerce and Management Studies. She also have taken all the arrangement, made all the arrangements and made the guest for this program and also the technical and other matters related to this program. So I also welcome Nisha Miss to this program. And similarly, the most importantly, we know the participants who are from different places. We have received overwhelming responses for our program and nearly 200, I understand that registration came from outside other than our college and 100 participants are joining only this Google Meet and others are joining through the YouTube live on our Amal College official. So I welcome all the participants in this Google Meet as well as on the Amal College official channel live discussion. So I welcome all of you to this program. And also I would like to welcome all the faculty members from our own college who is being part of this program. So next, I invite Dr. Dhanya K to have the presidential address. Thank you.
Good morning, one and all. Thank you, Dr. Abbas Watoli. Very warm good morning to one and all. Most respected Principal, Dr. T.V. Sakriya, Guest of Honor, Dr. Rajiv Chakravarti, Assistant Professor and Chairman, Port City International University, Bangladesh. Our resource persons for the day, Dr. Amit Majumdar, Associate Professor, Department of Commerce, Vijay Krishna Girls College, West Bengal, Ms. Rasha, founder of Empathy University Private Limited, Kochi, and seminar coordinators, my own colleagues, Ms. Nisha and Dr. Umesh, and other faculty members of our department, Dr. Abbas Watoli, Dr. Adila Bibi, and faculties from other departments, Dr. Abdul Sakir from English department, Mr. Shamir from Department of Hotel Management and Tourism, Dr. Alija for CH, our staff secretary, and our office superintendent, Dr. Ahmad Salim TP. A very warm good morning and welcome to all the beloved participants from different parts of the country, faculty members and also PG students and our own BCom BBA students. A very good morning to all. Now it's my pleasure to preside this one-day international webinar on a very relevant topic, that is social entrepreneurship, its opportunities and challenges. As you all know, business activities and entrepreneurial activities are getting high relevance these days. And the crux of the economic development of any country, it depends upon the growth of the business activities. And our topic concentrates on social entrepreneurship. As you know, many of the young entrepreneurs who are starting their business these days, they are focusing more on the social aspects. Social entrepreneurship relates to the approach which the business people are undertaking to solve the social issues or the environmental issues or to address the social and environmental matters. And you would have heard about this Fab India, which is we are very familiar with it. Their products, you would have seen that in the shops, their products relates to the traditional or the environmental type things or cultural crafts like that. So all these are examples of social entrepreneurship, and these days in the YouTube and FB and all, we are seeing some of the young entrepreneurs who are socially committed and they are trying their business for the benefit of the rural people. They are trying to bring the rural people into the mainstream and giving more opportunities for such rural people. That is also an example for the social entrepreneurship. Anyway, today we will be hearing more on this particular aspect, that is social entrepreneurship, its challenges and opportunities. Definitely it will be helpful for all the participants, whether we are faculties or whether it is the students. Now, I am not extending my words. Anyway, I take this opportunity to personally thank Dr. Rajiv, Dr. Amit Majumdar and Ms. Rasha for accepting our invitation. As rightly said by Abbas Watoli, we have asked their participation in a very short notice, and I am happy that all of them readily accepted our invitation and they are present here. And I also appreciate other faculty members who have joined this program and appreciate my own teachers, department teachers, faculties who have taken up the initiative for organizing this program. And I request all the participants and the students to make use of these opportunities to make this more interactive and live and take away something at the end of the day with you. And I wish all of you a bright career in the future. And thank you from my part. Thank you one and all. Over to you, Naja.
Thank you, ma'am. I consider it a great honor to welcome Dr. Zakaria TV, our adored principal, for principal address. Thank you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Most respected experts from outside, Dr. Jeep Chakravarti from Bangladesh, Dr. Amit Majumdar from Binoy Krishna College, Calcutta, and our friend Ms. Rasha, founder of Empathy Matters Private Limited, Cochin, Dr. Dhanya, HOD Department of Commerce and Management, Dr. Abbas Watoli, and my dear colleagues from the department, and other teachers, faculty members from other colleges, and their students and delegates from outside the college. It's a very happy occasion for Amal College because the Department of Commerce and Management is organizing a one-day international seminar on a very relevant topic, social entrepreneurship. I would like to quote Mahatma Gandhi, "Business without ethics is a sin." I understand that this movement, this is a part of social movement and an noble effort to create social capital is motivated by noble values. Usually, business is driven by. But here in social entrepreneurship, we see that entrepreneurs are motivated by noble values, like creation of social capital. Especially in this area, in this part of the world, South Asia, where we face a lot of social issues, economic issues like poverty, lack of housing facilities, lack of medical facilities. We have a lot of problems in our grassroots societies, or particularly at village level, we face a lot of economic and social issues. I hope that this new creed of entrepreneurship, that is social entrepreneurship, would reduce these problems, would be a remedy to solve these burning issues faced by societies like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and other countries in this South Asian region. So I wish all the best to the department. Once again, I welcome experts from Calcutta and Bangladesh. Particularly, once again, I wish Dr. Jeep Chakravarti and Dr. Amit Majumdar and welcome to Amal College. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. Once again, I wish all the best to the Department of Commerce and Management for organizing this kind of academic exercise. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. I am honored to invite to the keynote speaker of the program, Dr. Rajiv Chakraborty, Assistant Professor and Additional Director of IQAC, Department of Business Administration, Port City International University, Bangladesh. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming you to the program. I hope you have an engaging and enriching session ahead. Over to you, sir.
So, hello, thank you. A very good morning to all of you. I think all of you can hear me. Is it okay to all of you, sir?
Yes, sir. You are
Okay. Okay, dear sir and madam, I am extremely happy to be a part of this function. And before that, I just make a little bit introduction here. Actually, huge raining since very morning. So I That's why we don't know how much time we can continue our the effort. Anyway, before starting my presentation, it invited you to me. I extend my gratitude to the principal of the Amal College, definitely the chairman, Dr. Dhanya Madam, her nice speech, and also the other participants, dignitaries, and other also participant, Dr. Amit Majumdar sir, my friends, other colleagues, and high officials of this NAC accredited A-graded college. I really very much happy with this such an academic activities and collaboration. I will not take that much time and the effort. I simply will deliver regarding some matters regarding academic activities, some my publications, and along also a part of the research practices that I earlier conducted, recently started going on microfinance activities and the impact of the microfinance on women empowerment regarding a comparative perspective of the Bangladesh and India. So some key areas I will discuss. Due to the heavy rainy season, there may be some sort of interruption. So that's why even before starting my presentation, I simply taking my, is there any kind of interruption for that? So thank you again very much. It's actually a wonderful moment for us to such a wonderful academic collaboration between the two countries. So by this doing, actually what will happen, we know there are a lot of researchers, there are a lot of upcoming the PG and the undergraduate students who can also get the chances, and they also can enrich by doing the practice and the exercise that we are now conducting through this pandemic. The principal sir, he mentioned by his speech, through this pandemic situations, we really are in our work from home. Such a situations given a good chance to all of you to come together, make some necessary research work, and findings can be forwarded for the betterment of the society. Our sir also, one of the faculty, one of the teachers also addressed some issues, poverty, women empowerment. That is both the countries actually are suffering a lot. Bangladesh, India, and this within the subcontinents. And definitely India taking a very good effort, especially the Kerala. See, Kerala is a very developed state. We know it very well. From far away, from here to, I think, from Bangladesh to long distance here, even from the West Bengal, also from the far away from the this our the part. Kerala doing some extent to very good. A part of that West Bengal also doing for reducing poverty and also empowering women, given some powers to the women for the betterment. It's we actually showing the world what actually we are doing. So I simply, as a keynote speaker, since I am not a part of the technical session till today, it is through this program. As a keynote speaker, I have been told to discuss regarding some sort of the publication. Actually, see, madam, I can see the madam. It is our the purpose as a researcher to publish the findings in a peer-reviewed double-blind selection journal. The journal that is referred or accredited by the especially some good business schools or the colleges. Such of that one is I can consider, say, for ABDC enlisted journal, Australian Business Deans Council. Through that journal, actually, we got some publications, and I can share such a knowledge that takes more than 1.5 years. I submitted the paper with a foreign author through an American author. We submitted that paper last year, January. We got publication this year, February. And after a lot of revisions and the submission process after the completion, I just sharing a few pictures. See, I think I think, is
Yes,
it
sir.
visible to all of you, sir? Please. Yes, sir. See, I got the chairman, madam. I got one publication from Emerald Insight. The today's speaker also considered the economic empowerment, development, and ultimate the goals. These publications I got through the Emerald publications. The title of the publication was "The Impact of Financial Inclusion on Economic Development." And the mediating roles of gross savings, social empowerment, and economic empowerment. So, see, this is abstract, and our is to measure the impact of financial inclusion on economic development. This methodology we to study. One is a 179 countries data we collected from the World Bank data, and second study was the interview schedule. Through that we collected response from the Bangladeshi part of that. So by this study, actually, the findings actually very interesting. Finding was the mediating factors, not only say a savings account, some other the gross savings, also the GDP, the capital increase. Through this, actually, we measured through the economic empowerment, through successfully a country, the beneficiaries got a economic development. Through these publications, we got a lot of things. After that, actually, if we come to some other issues, I simply stop sharing. And here, if we can come, I simply see if you this one. So see this one. I think, sir, madam, can you see it? Actually, I cannot see here. Can you see it here?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. See, I will not take much more time. This is actually structure of the paper. I simply showing this impact of financial inclusion. You can see here actually it is written clearly how much time it takes. For actually research work, we are crying. And especially for the country of Bangladesh, we are part of a least developing from to a developing country. We made a good, there was a good transmission. And now from this lower middle income country, Bangladesh doing some sort of within the South Asia, well, more than that 6.5 GDP actually within this corona pandemic also doing well. A part of that, India is a big economic country. They are also part of the world economy. So these papers actually take such a long time, and by doing this actually we completed these exercises. Now again I can show some of my the today's actually the slide that right. I think, sir, I can start from here. This approach actually is here, microfinance and women empowerment, a comparative study. So by this study, actually, a part of that idea, at least regarding the microfinance. Actually, all of you know, the renowned Nobel laureate from the Bangladesh. He made a good success through the 1970, a part of the study while he was in a University of Chittagong. He made some action research. Through that, he got a good findings. Through that findings, he selected the beneficiaries, actually the women. Through that findings, actually he and jointly the Grameen Bank awarded Nobel Prize for Peace. So from that, lots of activities, lots of research was done. And if my research work is a part of that was microfinance practices in India. India has a different approaches, self-help approaches, microfinance approaches. In the Bangladesh perspective, it's only a one. Though that there is some statement of the problem, it is all of you know, because many researchers and the senior persons are here. Based on the problems, actually still, though a lot of development practices going on, but the equality or the women empowerment or the gap or the gender gap, that's not minimized. And even the mortality rate also, and some other social issues like mental growth, sanitation, and some other because since now the majority of the parts of the people, especially like in Bangladesh, 70% people living in the rural area. So we need to bring them within a social system so that they also can part of this financial system. This is our the significant study, and scope of study was to economic background, to check economic background, and also to verify the economic empowerment, psychological. This was actually the very important, some critical matters, economic, social, and family empowerment. Along with that, some decision making. That is very important. Now is the world trying to get some knowledge regarding whether women actually empowered or not. Through the decision making activities, they given a lot of chances. They given a lot of activities, whether they're performing properly or not. Some other variables I selected here, and since these are the say for the second objectives actually we chosen for their whether they are financially sound, whether they by using their by using the capacity they able to spend the money or not. These also are here. So some actually key issues addressed here. I don't take that much time for sliding this one. And also, yes, the fourth objective was the psychological measurement. Here also, I used some self-confidence, mental strength, and these are the actually variables. So this was the thing, and here a part of that actually there was some other study, women beneficiaries with regard to the some selected socioeconomic variables. That is whether women by getting their loan, whether they are able to make house small area home, whether they can be able to take their sufficient food, health service for this purpose, whether they successfully, whether they doing their exercise for a particular period or not. So I share the actually the knowledge what I learned it through this academic practices, and while a part of the University of Kerala while doing a research program. There are also a lot of learnings because Kerala is such a place. Colleges, universities, they actually doing a lot of research activities by their departmental interrelation the works. Even the UGC also making a lot of fundings. Even I saw the when I was in a part of the University of Kerala since my the MPhil program, also there is the one program financial inclusion. Now actually I also submitted one paper regarding financial inclusion from the more than 7 to 9 to 10 years back. As per my knowledge, actually I don't know, it may be more than earlier. For the financial inclusion, there is one program, and some researchers also under that program doing research work submitted the work to our HOD. So such a wonderful actually approach. From that all throughout the India, number of research activities and the publications in a reputed journal. Through that actually a good outcome can be a way to develop the actually society. A part of that, whatever the activities I can show here. Another one public recently actually I published a one. Recently I submitted one paper for the American Business Review. Just a few. I think, sir, can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. See, this paper actually I submitted American Business Journal. Okay. Madam, is it visible to all of you?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It's visible.
See, this submission actually I made while just few months earlier. That is a journal, actually, the American Business Review Journal. That is a graded journal, also accredited and listed by the ABDC, Australian Business Deans Council, and definitely Scopus in depth. That journal is a more than 100 years earlier. The journal forum established for actually such a in my university also. Lot of professors also, they publishing hundreds of paper in the referred journal. So such a referred journal, actually, what will happen? It will increase the credibility. It will increase it will increase the ultimately the outcome of the research. It will increase it. So we researcher, we simply started out the career as a researcher. We're crying actually for such a publication. We don't know. And another approach is actually recently we submitted a paper to World Development Journal, a world recognized journal, but exceptions sometimes give some pressure too. So from my point of view, I consider submitted for rejection. Sometimes we may take it a different way, but rejection also gives some good directions to you to submit and to refine, and again submit a research paper that actually fits with the objectives of the particular that journal. This was my last actually the submission, and I just stopped sharing. Recently, actually, my friends knows very well. I think, Madam, all of you can see it now, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, sir.
This is my yesterday, day before yesterday, actually, one of the national paper Observer in Bangladesh. It is more than 70 to 80 years earlier. They started their newspaper activities. This paper actually middle income country by 2024. Such actually since Bangladesh are doing very well within the South Asia. How can Bangladesh can for their greater development achievement some challenges actually regarding that I wrote a topic, and that is published in the Daily Observer. That is like actually while I was in also Kerala, I used to read Times of India, a very widely accepted newspaper. So like that also within Bangladesh, this is also one of the more than 70 to 80 years that I told it. So in that newspaper that published it is one, and another one is if I stop sharing, and this is a one, and so I will not actually take much more time. I actually was little bit confused whether this heavy rain in the Malayalam, it is called some Malayalam words also for a long period of the way, more than 5 to 6 years. Mara, that is a very familiar word in the Kerala. Still, I don't forget Kerala. And if you see all my paper submissions, that is regarding Kerala MPhil at gmail.com. Lot of my friends here, whatever my submission, my friends send a request letter to me. Dr. Umesh, I think Dr. Umesh sir is here or not. I can see my...
Yes, sir. I'm here.
I think he also noticed the matter. My email ID is keralamphil@gmail.com. So it's my pleasure. Still, my colleagues and the friends and even in the national newspaper, they also calling Rajib. You can because you can at least you need a new email ID. I don't know if it necessary. I can change it. So it is everything what is actually done today. It is everything for my friend Nisha. We completed the MPhil program from the University of Kerala, and she, as a person, she actually very cooperative, and she's trying to doing some research activities, and such a long friendship along with some my all of other friends. I don't know whether they are here or not. She can tell it because they are also in the list. I saw their name, Doctor. I think.
Yes, Rajiv, I am here.
Yes, you are here. Our other friends, whether are they here? Anisha, Dr. Anisha.
Exam duty, they are busy with that, but I think they will join soon.
Okay. So I will not take and I will not kill much more time. I also again extending my thanks to the Dr. Amit Majumdar sir. He is from West Bengal. So both of our we are the mother tongue is Bangla. I think Amit Majumdar sir. Can you hear me? I think sir is. So this is madam actually madam the chairman madam. This was actually a short description regarding the work that within the short span of time actually managing the things also it is a very Herculean task. So I know such an A graded accredited, the NAC accredited A, it's a matter. It really a matter. While I was in also University of Kerala, we also doing a lot of things for getting a good grade. Grade actually not creates a dividation according to the Three Idiots, the very famous movie. Grade also brings some lot of achievements that we did it. So I will not take much more time. I can conclude here my speech, and thank you again very much for inviting me, madam. Also the principal sir and others, Dr. Umesh sir and others, the dignitaries who are actually hearing and given some pain to you for hearing my the speeches. So thank you very much again and again.
Thank you, sir. It was such a great speech. We owe you a special vote of thanks for being here and for your efforts to enriching us with your knowledge. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
It's time to start our technical session. Let me invite Manisha, student of commerce, to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Amit Majumdar. Over to you, Manisha.
Thank you, Neja. Hi all. It's a great pleasure to introduce our honorable speaker, Dr. Amit Majumdar, Associate Professor, Department of Commerce, Bijoy Krishna Girls College, Calcutta, for handling our technical section on opportunities and challenges of social entrepreneurship. It's a pleasure to have you here. Over to you, sir.
Ma'am, I actually I want to log in from the system. I want to show the sheet on the chart side. So please allow me for a few minutes. I want to log in from the system so that I can. I'm in a better position to present before you. Just a minute.
Sorry for the interruption. Before that, I would like to just give a brief introduction about our honorable resource person, Dr. Amit Majumdar sir, who is going to take the first technical session. Basically, he has done his MCom from Calcutta University. Then he did his MPhil in commerce, that also from Calcutta University. Then he is also an MBA qualified person from IGNOU, Indira Gandhi National Open University, in 2012. He did his PhD from Calcutta University, and he has also cleared the state level eligibility test for lectureship, which was conducted by the West Bengal College Service Commission in 2002. And talking about his teaching experience, he got a very vast, versatile, experienced person in different field of commerce, in PG level and in UG level. To summarize, he got 7 years of experience in University of Calcutta as visiting faculty in postgraduate program, that is MCOM, and then 1 year as visiting faculty in MBM, that is postgraduate in Masters in Business Management. Then 10 years of experience as a guest faculty in Guneka College of Commerce and Business Administration. And apart from that, he has also got 3 years of experience in Sri Chaitanya Mahavidyalaya, West Bengal State University. And then 3 years experience in MBA course from IBS Kolkata. And currently he is working as associate professor in Bijoy Krishna Girls College, Howrah. And regarding his research domain, he has done more than 4 to 5 projects supervision, minor project that too aided by UGC on the theme implementation of corporate governance codes by Indian companies, which he did in the period 2007-8. And then he also conducted a minor research project which was also sponsored by UGC in rural empowerment of rural women in 2013. And the UGC provided around 1,50,000 as funding. And he has also been a co-investigator in a project on quality assessment of higher education system in Central Howrah under UGC scheme, Center for Potential Excellence program. And he is also a research supervisor, PhD supervisor, and currently more than around four research scholars are undergoing research under his supervision. And is also a project supervisor for the postgraduate level, MCOM. And regarding to his administrative skills, is serving as a center coordinator in Bijoy Krishna Girls College. Then is performing as a member of Board of Studies in postgraduate diploma in entrepreneurship development and small business management program of School of Professional Studies in Netaji Subhas Open University. And is also a nodal officer in his college for All India Higher Education Survey. And his professional and academic membership is a life member of Indian Commerce Association. Is a life member of Indian Accounting Association, and life member of Indian Accounting and Research Foundation too. And regarding his publications and presentation, it's too huge that I will take another half an hour to tell all this his achievements, because he is a so resourceful and excellent academician. Around 20, no, sorry, not 20, around I'm just counting. It's 57 publication he has done in different authorized and very much popular journals. And regarding his presentation also, it's around more than again that too I'm counting, it's more than 35 plus presentations. He has attended conferences within India and outside India. So it's a real honor for us, for Amal College of Advanced Studies, especially for our Department of Commerce and Management Studies, to have you with us, sir. Thank you for our invitation, Amit sir. And if you don't mind, Amit sir, can you just switch on your video? Hello, Amit sir.
Am I audible to you?
Yeah. Now you're audible and it's visible too.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation. It's really a great pleasure to see you once again. And with regard to his technical session, he's going to give a session on women entrepreneurship, intensive and extensive study about women entrepreneurship. And the forum is open to you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Actually, thank you so much, Umesh ji. And I'm really humbled to get kind of a acknowledgement from you. It is actually, I'm not at all in a position to know how you are saying this thing. Yes, I have a CV uploaded in the website, and you have found that thing. It's right. It's really good. Thank you so much again for the so kind words, and also I want to pray. I just want to thank you for Amal College. Of Advanced Studies to invite me to present before you some thoughts on that. And also I want to thank Dhanya ma'am and the dignitaries, the principal of Amal College, to give me the opportunity to share some thoughts with you. And when Umesh ji had approached to me, especially I have decided, so you know that Sarah had said, Umesh ji had said, we need to concentrate on the social entrepreneurship and that particular issue. I will try my level best to go for that thing. Yes, sometimes I will definitely talk some issues about the women entrepreneurship and the budding students, those students who are attending today's class, today's lecture session. Definitely, it's a very great initiative taken by Amal College to organize such a program because we are all, that home away from home. We are all have to serve, that confined to home in this particular COVID-19 pandemic situation. But despite this situation, we need to take the full advantage of all those technologies, and we are getting the knowledge from all those dignitaries. Rajiv Chakraborty sir had already told you from Bangladesh. It's our neighboring country. I will definitely refer some incident from that when I will refer the issues of the social entrepreneurship. Yes, initially I have decided to go for women entrepreneurship and the social entrepreneurship, but as the theme of your webinar is all about social entrepreneurship, I have restricted myself to go for this particular theme because I need to honor it. So yes, the time and again I will discuss some of the issues of the women entrepreneurship when it will come. But basically, I will restrict myself to the theme of this today's webinar. And for the students, I want to say it is yes. We need to take this on a very serious note. Let's begin. I want to share my screen with you. Please, if it is visible for you, just let me just a second. I'll go for tab net later first, but go for the screen first. Yes. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now it's
Yeah. Actually, it is a discourse of opportunities and challenges. Some of the challenges I will say about the opportunity, but basically I will restrict myself to the opportunities because yes, our country had a lot of we acknowledge this fact that our country had a lot of problems, social problems are there, and we the students had a lot of role to play. And this young mind, yes, what if I quote from one of my great, the person who I admire, one of my most, APJ Abdul Kalam, our former president. He used to say it's all about igniting the young minds. So we need to ignite the young minds, and definitely this kind of a noble cause of social entrepreneurship is a lot of issues to be discussed here. And I sure believe that in the maybe in the next 1 hour, you will definitely have a good journey. 1.5 hours, you definitely will have a good. Whatever the times allotted to me, Umesh ji, please give me the reminder whenever I am approaching to close. I need to close the session. Please give me some kind of a hint.
Sure.
So that I can stop. So definitely, I'll not definitely never mind, and I will never mind if someone will ask me the question directly in the chat box. Maybe you can ask in the chat box, or directly you can unmute yourself and ask the question to me. I'll be more than happy to discuss with you. So it should be more interactive session. It should not be one kind of analysis I need to make. So this is a discourse on opportunities and challenges of social entrepreneurship. I'll begin my discussion with the quote from the person whom I admire most. What he had said, Swami Vivekananda, they alone live who live for others. So with this motto, we need to think about the social entrepreneurship. We need to live for others. This is not about my world, it is our world. It is not me, but we. So we need to focus on that we factor, not the me factor. So Swamiji, with this quotation of the Swami Vivekananda, I do believe everyone in this world, they are being greatly motivated, from the Rockefeller to our APJ Abdul Kalam. All are being motivated by this person, by this great human being, ever born in our country. And we are fortunate to have Swamiji with us. Yes, his teachings, his learnings still with us. The way he used to motivate the young mind, especially he had said he had a lot of confidence on the young mind. They can change, and he believed that with us. I believe on those persons, who are actually the workers, who are working in the field, who are working in the factory, who are working in any kind of activities, who are being attached with. I believe on them because they can do anything. They have their powers to change the whole world. And he believed on those, and he believed on us. So let's start. Let's begin with Swamiji's quotation. They live alone. They alone live who live for the others. So what is social entrepreneurship? Basically, it's about pursuing the novel application. It is all about the social entrepreneur is a person who pursues a novel application that have the potential to solve the community-based problem, any kind of a community-based problem. It may be the hunger, it may be the, it may be the poverty, it may be the malnutrition, it may be the situation. It may be the situation of the pollution. It can be the situation like you are facing each and every time. Whatever the society is facing the problem, it may be the illiteracy problem, it may be the problem that are facing the society regarding the poverty, it may be the problems you need to have a empathy to understand the people lives, what are the problems the community is facing. I am a part of the community. I should know, I should have the feelings of that kind of problems, what is actually going on. Yes, you need to understand. You should have the potential. You should have you should have the empathy to understand your fellow citizens' problems. If you can have that ideas, if you can understand their pains, if you can feel their pains, you can definitely have a chance to change the world. That is the question of the social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship is all about helping each other. And obviously, with this motive, I need to think about doing something new. Yes, I will unfold a lot of good things. In my next level of discussion, I will discuss a lot of issues. What is actually responsible to create that kind of a positive changes in the society. My role is to change positive to as a social entrepreneur. How big I contribute to the society by changing their mindset, by solving the community problem, by helping them to overcome that type of the situation. Yes. Actually, whenever you may say that I'm baffling. Yes, because those ideas are actually crowding in my mind whenever I'm discussing the issue of the social entrepreneurship. Because yes, I again believe our country still are facing a lot of problems in each and every field, and we will definitely solve together. We should have the potentiality to solve together. Yes, I'm not talking about the COVID-19 pandemic situation. What is happening? It is a phenomenon happened across the world, but the intensity is happening in India. Definitely, this is an overpopulated country. We have this is also a community problem, overpopulation. How we can solve those problems as social entrepreneurship has a lot of role to play here. Let's begin with this one. The goals of social entrepreneurship. Yes. Their goals is all about what I've said, solving community-based problems. It may be the environmental friendly, it may be serving the unserved community to reach to the unreached, to have to, and obviously have some kind of a empathetic. This empathy, not the word sympathy. I don't believe this word sympathy. You should have the feelings of empathy. Sympathy can be done by someone who are actually the affluent person. But empathy, we can feel we are in the same boat. We know that when you are wearing the same boot, you know that where the shoe pinches. You need to know that thing. We are definitely in the same boat. This particular we need to travel this life. This particular the life of the river, definitely we need to pass together. This is the way we need to discuss about the social entrepreneurship. Yes, today people are saying a lot of issues about the social responsibility investing, about the ESG, environmental social governance investing. Today the government of India, yes, is the first country in the world who had actually not conceptualized but also formalized in the form of the Company Act 2013. Section 135 has been introduced, which actually made it mandatory for each and every listed company to a particular, that parameters are being there: 5,000 crore, 500 crore, 5 crore regarding turnover, sales, and other things. They need to invest at least 2% of their last 3 years' profit for the social responsible sector. They actually mentioned about the Schedule 7. That is also that companies are giving those monies to where they can't do the business, that they are doing the business, they can give the money for what purpose? Definitely they are. That's why I'm saying there is one of the biggest challenge of the social entrepreneurship, that is about the budget, the financing issue. That can be solved by that type of the effort that they are getting from those companies. Yes, the big houses are there. Government had made it mandatory to give the money to those big houses, from those big houses to those organizations, especially I'm mentioning about the social entrepreneurship who are doing for the social cause. So yes, I want to repeat, yes, this is really a career opportunity. You can all definitely, it is a humble, it is a submission I'm giving to you. This is really a good noble initiative. You can do something for the social cause, and also you'll get the funding from the companies. Yes, the things are going on in such a way. So let us go for defining social problem. It can be a different social problems. It can be a various type of the social problems you can face. It is basically some kind of a condition of the behavior. It is having some kind of a huge negative consequences, negative externalities, what you used to say in the public finance, negative consequences for a large number of the people. When it is happening, when the large number of the people of a particular society are being affected by certain conditions, certain activities, certain factors, you need to understand, you need to have the feelings, you need to have the mindset. What are their problems are facing? What are the what are the undercurrent problem of the society? Is it the education problem? Is the lack of education? Is it lack of sanitation? Is it lack of proper? It is proper nourishment. It is a malnourishment. Whether it is the female hygiene problem. What are the problems the society is facing right now, and how I can fill up those void? As an entrepreneur, I can fill up those void in how many ways, in what ways. That is the most important thing of the defining social problems. It can be objective. Definitely, whenever you are defining social problems, it can be objective. One can be objective verifiable or objective component, another is the subjective component. So some objective component of the social problems, obviously you know it very well. Those are happening. This kind of activities, those kind of social problems are affecting a large number of the people. Yes, climate changes. It's about the environmental problems, global warming, use of plastics, pollutions. Yes, those are the that those are impacting the lives of everyone, each and everyone, from those who are living in the ivory tower to the persons who are living in the pavements. Everyone being affected. Yes, this is the things that have been sort. It been called as the objective component of the social problems. Yes, you may also focus on that particular issue, because you know that yes, global warming is actually creating impact to each and everyone. This COVID-19 pandemic situation, the new one, is affecting the life of each and everyone. So anyone are not immune from that kind of a problem. Everyone being affected. So this is actually the objective component of the social problem that is actually having the negative consequence to the large number of the people. But now, what are the subjective component? Subjective component is a particular behavior. It's actually addressing to a particular community. Maybe what I'm saying, the persons who are facing a problem in the tribal communities, they have a problem in the tribal communities. The educational, the proper education, it is a lack of education or lack of technical education, lack of vocational education to those kind of tribal communities they are facing. Maybe the malnourishment problem of the pregnant mothers and the lactating mothers, or the that proper nourishment, the lack of proper nourishment for those young babies, or that kind of the programs of the pulse polio, you know it very well. It is for a particular community. Yes, for a particular age, children of a particular age group, obviously below 5 years. So they are having this kind of a problems. How we can address those particular issues for a particular community? This is actually happening, and negative this kind of a negative conditions or negative issues are happening to a particular community, and maybe this community may be large in the numbers in a particular society, or maybe maybe it is happening to a huge number of it is covering the different strata of the society, huge number of the strata of the society. Yes, the poverty of the food insecurity problem. Yes, especially India had all this kind of a problem. May not be this kind of a problem being faced by the developed nations, or in such a way that we are facing, we Indians are facing. So so those are the things can happen: food problems, food insecurity problems, poverty problems, proper sanitation issues, human trafficking. This is another important activity is actually especially happening in our, we know that especially in the Southeast Asian countries. So they can have this kind of a problem, and obviously we definitely the part of South, again the Asian continent is overpopulated. This is another problem is actually going on. So you need to identify those social problems. Maybe you there are a lot of issues within, you can assign to this overpopulation problem. Maybe some community problems, some kind of the sentiment of a particular community, or maybe the education, lack of education to particular communities. So you can call those different contributors, those different factors may be assigned to that particular issues. So I'm not talking about any particular sect or particular community or any particular issues. I'm talking about the problems. You need to identify the social problems. Maybe it can be objective, maybe it can be subjective, but you need to understand the social problems. So the first stepping stone of a social entrepreneurship is nothing but finding out the problem. Definitely the issue of the women empowerment is another big challenges. It is not a, you can call it, I will put it in the objective platform rather than the subjective component, because across the world this is the biggest setback is actually going on across the world. People are still having the problem to introduce women in the board. You know that women in the top level positions, people have we will have having some kind of that maybe the patriarchal society, their mindset, or maybe other things. They believe that we the male members are better are in a better position to lead from the front. This is not the case. This is a really a misconception. Yes, history proves it times and again. When you are talking about the person, like if you are just turning the leaves of the pages of history, you can have the idea of the Lakshmi Bai, you can have the idea of the Matangini Hajra, you can have the idea of the Pitileta Vardekar. So the things are going on. You know that it may be the examples gallows. Yes, forget about the pre-independence age. We have also the same thing. One of the biggest contribution India had ever made by the different women leaders. Yes, Kiran Majumdar Shah from Biocon. It can come from the Sudha Murthy from Infosys Technologies Limited. The example gallows. A lot of things you can have the ideas. Yes, HCL Technologies Limited is also chaired by women. So the things are like this. It is not, and we have India had the Arundhati Bhattacharya, the first SBI chairperson, is women chairperson of SBI, State Bank of India. She was there. So the examples had actually refuted the misconception people had that type of the activity. So I'm not going for that type of the peculiar mindset of a particular idea that this particular sector, this particular community are not in a better off. Not at all, not at all. Believe me, this is not it has a no proved scientific or any kind of a survey understanding that can prove that particular case. So you need to identify these social problems. Whatever the problems, maybe I'm coming back to my discussion of the social problems, identification of the social problems, maybe subjective, maybe the objective. So you need to identify, and you can take a role to solve this particular issue in your own way by building up the venture, by building up an then some kind of a venture that we are talking here about, the social entrepreneurship, by mitigating this, how we can mitigate those social problems in our own ways. So just a second. Am I audible to everyone? Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. You're perfectly audible.
Yeah, thank you. So let's understand the position of the social entrepreneurship. You can see it there. There are two things that there: traditional business and the social responsible business. There is a difference between that. And the bridge is, that there is a the social entrepreneurship just make a bridge between this kind of a gap between the traditional business and the social entrepreneurship business. Traditional business, actually, they used to believe that idea that we are making for the profit. Not like this. Traditional social entrepreneurship is not for that particular issues. They are not for that particular activities, not for gaining, for making some kind of income generation, not about making some kind of a profit. It is not like this. I will not make profit. If I can't make the sustainable profit, I can't sustain myself. If I am not in a position to maintain my position, I'm not coming here to make the charity. There's a difference between charity and the entrepreneurship. Charity is if you want to do something, if you want to contribute. If it's the associate, yes, definitely some kind of a profit to sustain your business. Otherwise, it's not possible to sustain. So that's why you need to go for. You need to understand the business to make the profit. You are doing the business only. You are doing maybe your mindset might not be for doing the business. Your mindset to have the social cause, social problem, maybe the subjective or the objective. You want to cater that particular problem. You want to settle this problem by that type of the means. So that's why I'm saying it is not profit but income generate. It can generate the income. You should not think about only the profit motive. Actually, social entrepreneurship, actually, they are more considered about that issue. You need to do the business socially responsible business. That business actually focused on that particular activities that I am doing the business. You know it very well. Social entrepreneurship, I've already mentioned to you that the company is named the Tata or maybe the Ford Foundation, Tata Foundation, Infosys Foundation. Sudhamurthy, actually, she's the chairman of this Infosys Foundation. They're doing all those activities. They are doing a socially responsible business. But as a entrepreneurship, I need to make a bridge between that thing, because they might not in a position to go to the core of the society. They might not in a position to devote their full time and efforts for the cause of the society. I am doing on behalf of them. Definitely, I'm representing to a particular society. This is my job as a social entrepreneur. This is my job to do the work with utmost devotion, with utmost care for that particular community or particular social cause that I want to address. And I'm getting the funding. I'm getting all those fundings from those social responsibilities. Maybe funding is given by the government. Maybe the funding is coming from the public. Maybe the funding is coming from the companies. You want to do the business for that particular social cause. That should be your motto. That is, I'm talking about. They are bridging the gap of socially responsible business. You can see it from we are talking about the CSR. just as a few seconds back, I mentioned about the corporate social responsibility, this particular issue of the CSR, what the companies are doing, they are doing the business, traditional and the for-profit business. But they are doing the business, but they are doing the socially responsible business, and the money that I'm getting, that the resources that the huge resources I'm administering, I am getting the support from money that thing that is channelized with the help of the social entrepreneurship to the social cause and the social enterprises. Am I clear to everyone? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah. So if you need to know about the different kind of a business models, yes, you can have this idea. My motive is not about going for any kind of if you are thinking about the profit orientation, it's not about the profit orientation. It is not only if you are thinking about that this particular matrix, you can see the best thing is coming from there. You can if you can see that thing, there are the 4 different quadrants, there are the 4 different organization, 4 different type of the functions that are in x-axis. We are measuring contribution to the economic viability and the primary market space. Maybe I'm getting the low returns or the economic. It is from the x-axis, we are measuring purely from the economic sense. Whatever the profit I'm getting, it is for the low or high, whether it is low return or the high economic return, whatever the my viability is there. So I am getting this thing. This particular idea is coming from the purely economic viewpoint, what I was mentioning about the x-axis. But in the y-axis, we are more focused on the mission. Our mission, I've already told you, socially objective mission. It can be it can be what I have said, the objective. It can be the subject. Whatever your mission is, you are committed to that thing. And whenever you are going upwards in the y-axis, you are creating more social impact. And when you are close to the origin, it is more about the profit orientation. So basically, if you can go for this grid, you can. This is the first grid, 0 0. This is 0 5. This is 5 0, and this is 5 5. And this is the best one. This is the best one. So this is actually the assimilation of all those ideas of the social entrepreneurship. They are focused on social purpose, resource using of the resources. It is all about, not about if we are thinking about in the top of the x-axis, it is all about the traditional venture. If you can think in the economic data, I'm focusing on this particular x is 5, y is 0. So it is more about the traditional venture. Only I'm thinking about the economic return. When I'm x is 0, y is 0. There is enterprising, only the enterprising, only the non-profit of the probability for the short for the small enterprises. I'm focusing on that thing. I'm not focusing too much about the return. I am focusing too much about the profit. So this is actually some small enterprises, they used to focus on that issue, non-profit probability situation. But whenever I'm thinking about the top one, that is the x is 0, y is for top, maybe the 9, 0, 9, 9, 9, and this one 0, the top, y is top. There is a totally social purpose. They are focusing totally about the creating high social impact, too much social impact. They are not concerned about the profit. So this is actually the social purpose. Or you know that they are having a problem of the resource deficiency. Definitely. Whenever you are not concerned about the profit, whenever not about the profit, or about the return, I should say, whenever you are not concerning about the return, you are only doing for the social cause, you may have the problem of at some point of time, you may have the problem for the resource deficiency, because you want to do something, but since you have not earlier concerned about the return generation, you are now facing a big problem, because sometimes some situation may come that your earlier donors may be reluctant to provide you that kind of a support. That type, in that position, when you need desperately the fundings, that time your earlier returns that you have put for that rainy days, that can be very useful. So that's why you need to think about this one. This is the 9-9 social consequences as well as the preferred ventures, because this is actually providing return and also getting the very good consequences. This is actually the essence of the social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship should have high social impact as well as can sustain themselves. This sustainability is very important. You need to have an eye of the sustainability. Not only, you are not doing the charity type of the business, what the Bharat Sevashram Sangha or the Ramakrishna Mission or Missionaries of Charity or any other philanthropic organizations are doing. Because you know it very well, they are the charitable institutions, and I am not the charitable institutions. I am having a social entrepreneurship. I'm a social entrepreneur in nature. I have some business model to do, and I need to cater this business model. And I know it very well. The people, a lot of people are working under me. I need to provide them the salary. I need to earn sufficient money so that at some point of time, when there is a dearth of capital funding, I can utilize it for this particular purpose. Yes, I need to lead my life also. This is a concept of what actually been followed by Grameen Bank, the Nobel laureate economist of Professor Mohammad Yunus. A few moments back, Rajiv Chakraborty is actually representing from the same nation. And we used to call the Bengali are actually we are closely connected with, we are using with each other, we are using the same languages, same culture, so we are definitely used to call this person. And Bangladesh being a friendly neighboring country of us, we have a lot of role, we can say a lot of understanding we can take from the Grameen Bank model of Mohammad Yunus. I will come this point later. This is actually the essence of the social entrepreneurship. I am talking about that particular issue. So let us focus more and more on next one: business entrepreneurship versus social entrepreneurship. Is this slide visible to you, all of you? Hello.
Yes, sir, it's visible. So,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you. So you can see it from there, business entrepreneurship. You know that there are certain differences there. I have already discussed in the due course of my time when I mentioned to you. It is not about business entrepreneurs is about capturing a market. It is about making profit. It is all about building a business. It is all about maximizing shareholders' wealth. It is all about mitigating business risk. But social entrepreneurship is not like this. It is all about filling a market gap. When the society is facing up problems, what are the society's problem? The current societal problem is there. Is it subjective or objective, whatever it may be? I want to empathize this problem. I need to have a sustainable solution for this kind of a social changes, and I need to have certain kind of a solution for that particular purpose. Yes, there may be a different type of the risk of opposition, the risk of the resources. This risk, the risk can come from the different format of the society. It may come, the opposition may come. I'm not bothered about that thing. I have a strong motive. I can achieve that thing. So again, most importantly, business entrepreneurs is not linked to social problems. They are not at all directly linked to social problems. They are not about that type of the activities. They are not thinking about. They are doing the business, especially they are producing some product, delivering some services. That's all. But maybe indirectly they are catering their needs in the different ways. Yeah, they definitely in the indirect ways that you can call it. If they will not produce, what I will eat. If they will not produce the clothes, what I will wear. So definitely they are being connected, but not directly connected. They are directly connected in this particular domain. I just mentioned about the story of Grameen Bank. I've just mentioned about the story of the goods. Whatever the activities they are doing is actually directly connected with that particular social cause or social activity, social problems, addressing to the particular social problems. Yes, this is very important, and you know that yes, there is a they are talking about regarding the feedback, regarding that type of the competition. They all are thinking about the customers. The whole world for the business entrepreneurs are the customers. They need to think what their mindset, what they used to know, what are their how I can sustain myself in this competitive world. They are all concerned about that thing. So this is all about the competition issues, the competition policies, the competition issues we are all talking about. So business entrepreneurs, what they used to say, what the way they used to conduct, the way they used to address these issues is thinking of the whole world as a bunch of consumers, how they used to behave. And this is the way you need to address this particular activity. So this is all what I said about the business entrepreneurship. They are not thinking about the consumers. They are thinking the whole world as their market. market, and how we can play with each other, how I can be competitive, how I can be competitively superior. This is all about the business entrepreneurship. So business entrepreneurship, they have that type of the motives. But the social entrepreneurship, if more and people are working to it, or maybe the different ways for the social problems, that is very good one. Because society ultimately a winner. Society ultimately get the most more solutions, like the COVID vaccination programs. More and more organizations, if they are coming to reach to those unreached in a direct way, this is a good one. This is a good thing, the good thinking process. So some entrepreneurs may come forward to go for that activity. So this is a requirement. So the society will be benefited. More and more people will be under the vaccination programs. So more and more people will be vaccinated from that that type of activity. So you can more the merrier. So definitely social entrepreneurship, there is no role about the competition as such. This is because we know it very well. The world is having a huge problem, especially in the part of our country, having a huge problems are there. So we need to address those issues. More will come to address those issues, more will be the merrier. So this is not about the competition as such. It is all about the collaboration. we are all collaborating with each other. So that is what I am suggesting on the social entrepreneurship, and we need to think about what are the it is not about only the financial terms of the business. People used to think about the capital, only the financial capital, the managerial services. It is all about unpredictable, fragmented financing. You need to think about social entrepreneurship. They are getting the finance from one person to another. They are getting the fund from the NGOs. They are getting the fund from the United Nations. They are getting the fund from the government. They are getting the funds from the local common public. Think about the Akshay Patra. They are asking the fund from everyone. Come here, donate here. So no problem. No. Whatever the money you are donating, is it a big or is it a small? You are just following. You are just addressing the social cause. That's important. That is about the social entrepreneurship. So they might not have any kind of that issue of the share in the issuing the share in the capital market or the secondary market. They are thinking about raising the money from public fund or public donations. So that's all about the social entrepreneurship's capital formation. So next, I am discussing here the different parameters. Yes, those are the parameters. Those are the challenges actually being faced by the social entrepreneurship in the present way. They are having a problem. They are having a challenges. I've already told you different opportunities are there, different challenges are also there. Those are the different strategic. The problems they are facing, the financing issues they are having, the way that those institutions may be governed. Yes, Grameen Bank is having a lot of problems are actually raising in Bangladesh also regarding their governance practices. How that particular the Grameen Bank is being governed, whether it is for the best interest of all or not. They are getting a huge kind of some kind of the criticisms are coming. So this is also a very big challenges, because yes, those particular organizations are depending to a particular person or a group of persons as a founder, and if they are they are diverted, they are deviated, that may create a huge problem. That is a big issues that can be faced. And the market failure, yes, this is also a very big issues are there regarding the mission. What will be your mission? How you will mobilize the resources? What are the ways to mobilize the resources? How to measure the performance? How you will measure the performance of those enterprises or enterprises? Because that it is not a wise decision to measure the performance of the social entrepreneurship based on their return on investment, or the PAT, profit after tax, or the turnover ratios, or defined of the profitability or the solvency ratios, because it is not wise to measure their performance in such a way. But what will be the measurement? What will be the perfect measurement ratios? How you can measure how much client they are serving, how well they are serving, what are the fundings they are getting, how they are channelizing toward their fundings, what are the returns they have generated, what is their reserve fund is there, so for the contingency purposes and for the future purposes also. So that can be a measurement, definitely. Whenever we are discussing the issues of the microfinance institutions, a lot of microfinance institutions are going on. How much fundings they are giving, how much loan they are giving, how much loan they are, what is the recovery rate, how much client they are serving. So those can be a possible, you can call it a performance measurement tool. So that can be used as a possible performance measurement tool for those organizations. So those are the things that I've told you. And if you can think about this kind of a social entrepreneurship, you can see there the context of the social entrepreneurship is like this. Resource mobilization is there. You are thinking about, there are the three in this particular Venn diagram. You can see it is actually there the three factors are there. One is your capabilities, your capacities, your abilities as a social entrepreneur. What is your ability? How the way you are mobilizing your resources, your resourcefulness, your opportunity recognition, your problem recognition skill or technique or identification technique. That is also there. Three things are there, and the intersection point of you can call it A intersection B intersection C, that is the social value creation. That is the most important context, like you used to call it. This is about all the three factors are there. You know that three factors are there. The first one, your problem recognition. Just a little while ago I mentioned about the problem recognition phase, subjective and objective. Second one is your capabilities as a social entrepreneur, how capable you are to solve this problem. Third one, how much resource you have to and how you mobilize those resources for addressing the social problems that you have identified earlier. And then you are if you can do all those three things in a very good manner, you are in a position to generate or create social values. So this is all about the context of the social entrepreneurship, what I have suggested, what we have actually suggested about the context of the social entrepreneurship. Is it clear to everyone? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm going for the next one, the process of the social entrepreneurship. It is basically about the development strategy, how you will develop different type of the strategies after identifying the problems. How you will solve this problem, what will be the alternative solutions. You need to generate alternative solutions, how to address this kind of a problem, what are the solutions, what are the based on your internal resources and the external forces, which is the best one, which is the best solution you have, and how you will do those things, how you will address those things, how you will implement those strategy, and how after implementation of the strategy, after choosing the best one and after implementing those strategies, how you need to definitely on a on frequent basis, you need to check their performance, you need to evaluate their performance, and if it is in the in good line, whatever the line of thought you have, if it is following the good line, it is very good. If you whatever the social costs you have identified, if the social problems you have identified, if you are in a position to address this social problem in a very good manner, this is good. Then you can carry on with this one. If you can't do this, you need to again you need to name that the strategy that I have adopted, that should be modified, that should be by changed. This old school thought that you have read in your strategic management class, the strategic management process will be also applicable here. Only the issue is that here it will begin with not setting up the objectives, but begin with identifying the social problem. The step one, identifying social problem. Step two, generating various alternatives. Step three, evaluating the alternatives and finding the best one. Step four, implementing the strategy. Step 5, evaluating the strategy or evaluating the performance, whether it is following, it is addressing the social cause or not. If it is addressing the social cause, very well, carry on with this. If it is not, you need to modify the earlier strategy that you have adopted. So it is a feedback loop. So this is a way the development strategy is to you need to develop the strategy and you need to address those goals. I have already said. And the due course of time, you need to also think about the financing. I have already told to you time and again, the biggest challenges the social entrepreneurship are facing, maybe the social entrepreneur or the women entrepreneur, they are facing, basically that is about the financing problem. And that can be, and I have already said, the biggest bane is that the government of India's recent, changes in the companies of 2013. Definitely, it is a biggest boost for those entrepreneurs. They can, if they can motivate, if they are in a position to motivate those business houses, big business houses, that we are doing for those social cause. Please give the money so that we can do those things. This is the best way you can get the financing, and the team should be there, a dedicated team, a dedicated workforce. They can cater the issue. They are committed to the social cause, and they are addressing the social issues. That is very vital. So this is the process of the social entrepreneurship. So you can see it from there. Social entrepreneur, I have already said to this is particular issues. I have already told you this particular flowchart. I've just discussed to you. You need to think about social entrepreneurs, recognition of your social problems, whatever that you need to develop your social business. You need to expand your market interest. You need to change the social system and the value. And in whatever you are doing, you need to diffuse the social innovation. So this is all about those social factors, social recognition, from the social recognition, social as a recognizing of the social problems, to identifying it, to finding out the solution, to solving this problem, is all about the social entrepreneurship process. And it is, that what are the development phase you need to know. You need to think about your own vision and the mission statement. You need to think what is your risk, willingness of the organization, whether you are in a position to take up those risks. It may be the risky situation, maybe, but you know it very well. I need to address those issues. You need to establish the mission outcome. What is your mission outcome of the business? It should be clearly mentioned. Whatever the idea you are generating, and what is the idea you are generating? What are the different ideas you are thinking about? How this this particular idea can solve change those social problems. That is most important, and that should be. I know that it should be different about the refinement process. It is failure, maybe another one, maybe more fine tuning you can do, and you can solve this social problem. That is most important. That has been said. You know it very well. The story of a padman. It is coming from your own country. You know it very well. How the person, how he had changed his entire mindset, how his mindset, your ideas. That person, he's actually he's addressing this particular social cause. That the everything is not fine about. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yeah. Thank you. So you know that you need to address this particular issue, and I know that I may be a failure. I may be a failure one time, say second time, third time, but I will definitely overcome. I will definitely overcome in due course of time. This is what I want to mean here. You know that just a second. I'm just a second. Yeah. You know that. Hello. Just a minute. I'm just. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So just I'm going back to the story of what I'm saying about the padman, the Arunachalam. You know that the Arunachalam Muruganathan. Yeah. Am I in the right way to spell his name or pronounce his name? Arunachalam Muruganathan.
Yes, sir. Almost.
Okay, so
it's okay.
Sorry. If it is not, please. So thus the way Mr. Arunachalam had actually understand the pain of those women, how they are suffering in this particular period, and they are taking the risky proposition, and how I can solve this problem. Yes, very amicably and very sentimentally displayed by Akshay in his movie Padman. But the thing is that it is his real life story. He's failing. He's becoming a failure time and again he's coming with the new ideas to solve this problem. So it is about the refinement. This problem of the refinement of the idea. The idea of Arunachalam failed first time, second time, third time, and fourth time, and ultimately he discovered the most cost-effective ways to solve this problem of the women in this particular period. So this is what I'm saying about the going for the social cause. So idea he had generated. Sometimes it may be sometimes it will be more fine-tuned, and you ultimately will get the ultimate answer. So incubation process, I've already said, idea generation, incubation process is the same way. And the business plan, you need to develop, you need to convince the people to get the financing, and ultimately you are in a position to implement this thing. And the accountability must be there. Nowadays, companies are getting a huge problem. So even the social entrepreneurship, a lot of ideas are, a lot of allegations being levied against those NGOs. They are just the mere way to make the black money white. They are doing in such a, people are saying this way. Some NGOs are being really are getting some clubbing from the society. Yes, they are not that. They should be accountable. That is that the way. There should not be in a way to get the money and doing something for nothing. It is not like this. They should be accountable. Accountable to whom? Accountable to the stakeholder. Accountable to the person who are actually giving the money. Accountable to the person for whom they are. They have tried to do something for the social causes. So this is all about the accountability. That should definitely come into our discussion when I will discuss about the development phases of the social entrepreneurship. So it is all about these development phases. Sometimes the government, the market may fail, but sometimes the government may fail. You must have the knowledges. Still, you definitely know the ideas that it is I am there. Why I am there? The government is failure. I am there. Why I'm there? The market is failure. I know it very well. The people are not there to that still we are giving the money. We are just donating the money. It is not sufficient. It is not sufficient for the tribal communities. I'm giving them the money. I'm giving them the food. Not that I'm giving them the clothing. One fine morning I'm coming. I'm with a big bus. I'm with a big banner. I'm coming to their tribal community. I'm saying, please maintain a line, and I'm just giving you the foods and the clothing. It's not like this. This is not a one-time affair. Actually, Achyut Samanta, he felt that thing. Achyut Samanta of Kalinga Institute of, that technical institution, and the Kalinga KIT and the KISS, Kalinga Institute of Social Science. Achyut Samanta believed that it is not possible. It is not possible to solve the misery of the tribal people by this way. Market is a failure. The government is a big failure in this particular context. It is not possible to reach to them because maybe the language problem, maybe the cultural problems, maybe their communication problem. There are a lot of things are there. Market is also a big failure. I have understand this opportunity. I feel that thing. This thing. Achyut Samanta, he lost his father at a very early age, and he had faced a huge misery. The way he had continued his studies is a very big thing. Big achievement, and Achyut Samanta ultimately understood that it is not the way I can solve the problem of those tribal communities. He started his journey in the Keonjhar in Odisha and started the institute, Kalinga Institute. And Kalinga Institute is the biggest ever, that in the world so far as providing the education to the tribal communities. Because again, the word of Swami Vivekananda, borrowing from the word of the Swami Vivekananda, education is the perfection of the divinity. Education is the perfection of the manifestation that is already in the man. Whatever the perfection you already in you, it is, you need to manifest it. And it is education. Education, and only the education can solve all the miseries. Yes, Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences and Kalinga Institute of Technical Training, those KISS and KISS was started only with this motto, and now it is the largest educational institution in the world so far for the tribal communities. Yes, with this motto, this is the social opportunity. You need to understand, market is a failure, government is a failure. They can't reach. The market can't reach, and I'm there to reach them. So you need to recognize, you need to do it, and you need to, yes, evaluate. This is the evaluation. This thing is very vital. And my activities of Kalinga Institute of Technologies or the societies, whether it is in a position to whether it is in a position to solve their problem or not, that is the biggest thing. You need to evaluate. This is all about the perceived value, and what I'm saying, you need to evaluate, and you need to evaluate whether you have done the right way or not. What about the resources you have, whether you are in a position to use it in a very good manner. That is the most important thing about what I've said about the social entrepreneurship. So you need to think about resource evaluation. You need to think about the perceived values. You need to think about whatever the network I am generating, whatever the good things I am generating. I need to use those resources to get those. Use those networks to get those to utilize those resources for the best purpose, so that I can use it whatever the objective I have set, I want to achieve it. This is all about the development phase, what I have suggested. So this is, you need to have the alertness. You must be alert. You must be knowledgeable to understand the social opportunity. You must evaluate. At the time of evaluation, you must know whatever whatever resources you have, whatever the values you have generated, that is good or bad. So providing the best one or not. So this is all about what I'm suggesting about the development phases of the social entrepreneurship. So this is all actually from that thing, and there are different models of social entrepreneurship is there. Definitely, I've already told you, nowadays a lot of employment opportunities being created, especially in the social entrepreneurship. They are also creating a lot of jobs, definitely, and also providing the transformative products or services. Yes, Gunj is providing that thing. You know that the old clothes they are getting, and they are using it. Those old clothes are recycled and being provided. So this kind of a transformative products or services can also be done by those entrepreneurs. And definitely the payback. The payback model is very important. Whatever the money you have invested as an entrepreneur, social entrepreneur, you need to, take those investment back. Otherwise, it is not possible for you to start a new venture. So this is all about, that always you are thinking about doing the monies or investing the monies. Yes, definitely. Sometimes you need to start up with your own. When Kalinga was started, Achyut Samant was started with rupees 5,000. Whatever the little savings he had in the year 1992, he had started with this thing, and now it is becoming a huge one, huge organization. So sometimes as a founder, you need to give the money, and you need to also definitely think about what is actually whatever you are giving, or you need to definitely take back, because you need to do some more noble activities in future. And this is actually, I'm going for the motivation. What are the motivations behind the social entrepreneurship? I'm not crossing the time. Am I crossing the time?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
You can continue.
Is the students enjoying, or they are feeling it is a bored lecture?
No, sir. I think they have lots of queries. They will be asking after your session.
Okay. No problem. So I'm starting with this one. You will enjoy right now. I will showcase some of the case studies, and I will show some of the information also, some YouTube videos and other things. So you will learn from it. Motivations behind the social entrepreneurship. It starts with, there are the different motivations are there. Altruism, yes, from the business ethics class. Altruism is all about, doing something for the betterment of all except myself. I'm not talking about, only I'm not thinking about myself. I'm thinking about the others. There are the three vision are there: utilitarianism, altruism, and egoism. Egoism is only concentrating about myself. Utilitarianism doing good for all. Altruism is doing good for all except me. That is about the concept of the altruism. I'm not getting a personal benefit from doing this activity. It's all about the altruism. When Achyut Samant had started this business, or Mohammad Yunus had started this business Mohammad Yunus had started a social entrepreneurship on Grameen Bank, or Achyut Samant, the Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences. He had not, Yunus had not taken the loan from Grameen Bank. He's not used for his own family members. Or Achyut Samant is not sending his own family, friends, or others to the kids. So it is not about that thing. Altruism is for others, doing good for others, not for myself. This is altruism, community engagement, generosity, compassion and sympathy, career opportunity, and the voluntarism. I will come one by one. I will show it all by one. all those motivations one by one. The community engagement, engaging all those communities, thinking about generosity. Yes, the way you need to think, you need to ponder over, you need to give the best, and the compassion. You need to be more sympathetic. You need to think about the social causes. That is all about the motivation behind the social entrepreneurship. And think you want to think also about the career opportunity. I've already said social entrepreneurship is providing a very good career opportunity for thousands of youths. And you need to think, I need to volunteer. I need to volunteerism is also another. The servant leadership is also part of the social entrepreneurship. I'll start with the altruism, and the best word of altruism is no other than our father of the nation, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. You know it that there is actually altruism actually in social entrepreneurship. It is a mix of human caring. I'm thinking about all the sharing one or resources with others, well, not for my benefit, for their benefit. I'm not thinking about when the father of the nation had renounced everything for the betterment of the countryman. It is for the betterment of the countryman, not for his own benefit. Yes, pure altruism. In social entrepreneurship, there is a two type of the things are there. The first one is a pure altruism, and it is called the relative altruism. Pure altruism is the most ideal form of the altruism. It is rarely achieved. It's a few person they are in a position to achieve that thing. Yes, our father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, I again want to mention. It is his idea is to provide the benefit to each and every one, each and every citizen. So his Khadi, famous Khadi movement is all about creating self-dependency. You need to be more, you need to be independent. You need to do something by your own and in a more cost-effective way. Yes, the first movement, I will say, social entrepreneurship is coming from our father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and it is famous Khadi movement. This is the thing of altruism. Yes, this is the, yes, if you call him an entrepreneur, yes, social entrepreneur, yes, he's a social entrepreneur. Yes, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi is a, you can call it, he's the way he had motivated millions of our countrymen. Yes, we need to do something. We need to be self-dependent. We need to be. We need to think something out of the box. We need to do. We can start with the basic things with a more cost-effective way, and we can do. We can prepare our own cloth, our own hats, everything. I can do it with this simple charka. See, this is the movement of Mahatma Gandhiji, of pure altruism. But in case of relative altruism, it is some kind of altruism that you gain a degree of personal satisfaction by doing something. It's some kind of, the relative altruism, a person may feel good. I'm becoming. I'm doing this thing because, and that's why I'm feeling very good. I'm sharing my knowledges. It is becoming. I'm becoming very. The way I'm doing it. This is the way I can provide them. I can the person who is giving the tuition at a free of cost. I know that thing, and I'm good. And that's why I have started with a huge austerity, huge problems. The poverty I have seen, and now what I am doing, I am giving the free tuition to my students. I am as a doctor, I am the best in getting this kind of the MBBS degrees, and I got that thing. I am giving the medical services at a very negligible cost. So this is some kind of a relative altruism you are getting. You are facing. You are feeling actually, rather than any other doctors who are doing the same thing with a different professional mindset, and you are doing with this kind of a service mentality. This is something relative. I am calling it. It varies from the person to person. It varies from the teacher to teacher. It varies from the professor to professor. It varies from the doctor to doctor. So this mindset, what they are doing, the way they used to, sometimes you know it very well. Some doctors are charging from the affluent person, and some doctors and some patients who are coming from the very not very well families, not for not so very affluent families. They are they are earning very meagerly. They are not charging at all. You can cite the example of the Arvind Hospital. Arvind Hospital in Pondicherry is based on that particular philosophy. They have their both facilities are there. If you can have an eye on the Arvind Hospital, just visit there and you can get the idea. The way Arvind Hospital had designed it is actually this particular philosophy. You are getting if you want to get the paid treatment, you can go to there, you can get all that thing, and you can also and there are also treatment for the free treatment for the poor families, for the poor citizens, and they are getting that thing at the free of cost. But the amount of service, about the nature of the service, what the paid occupant of the Arvind hospitals are getting, and the amount of service of the free service takers are getting, they're the same. There is no differences between the services provided by them. So this is actually the way you need to cater the people requirement in such a way. So it can be a relative altruism, what I have suggested. Community engagement. Community engagement is another good thing. You need to have a desire to solve a community problem. You need to think about what are you are giving back to the community. You need to have a say that what you are getting, you need to. There is a time to pay back. I just mentioned the word the payback. That is very important. You need to think. You need to have a passion for that. That is the most important about involving with the community. Desire to be part of community is a community engagement. So this is all about the community. The community may be your particular city, it can be maybe your region or maybe a country, but this is most important. Which community you are working, you must have a feeling for them. This is all about the community engagement. And I'm talking about this story. Hello? Is my slide visible to you?
Yes, sir. It's visible. It's visible.
Yeah, it is
Vinayak Lohani.
Vinayak Lohani, ex-IIT Kharagpur, the mechanical engineer from the IIT Kharagpur, BTech. He done his BTech, and he done also I am Calcutta, I am Joka, ex-IMC, and he had actually one day when Vinayak was, I heard his story of Vinayak Lohani. He's also my Facebook friend. I have a very close association with Vinayak, Mr. Vinayak Lohani. You can have a visit of Vinayak Lohani's Parivar Foundation. It's a very you can see it like this. Actually, the story is like this. I have heard his story from one of the monks of Ramakrishna Mission, Swami Sarvapriyanandaji, Vishwarup Maharaj. He had said the story of Vinayak Lohani. Vinayak, you can see the person from IITK and IMC. He get a lucrative salary, lucrative job from anywhere. The top benches from you can both the prestigious institution of our country, not only in the country but also one of the prestigious institution of the world. Vinayak, one day when he was studying in IIM Kolkata, he was just taking a morning walk in the in Joka, Kolkata Joka in South Chubbish Pargana. And he watched that carefully that there are a lot of children are playing in the pavements. They are dwelling in the pavements with their parents. Someone lost their parents, someone staying with others, and they are living their lives in such a way. And ultimately, when they are growing up, they are not getting any job. They are doing something not at all. Who will give the job to them? They are going for the snatching and other things, and they are ultimately going to they are going for different type of taking the drugs and other things that they are under behind the bar, and they are doing all the antisocial activities. Vinayak Lohani, Mr. Lohani had a feeling for them. He said, "Is it not possible for me to change their life?" He started his journey with a rented house in Joka, and he had decided, "I'll not appear in the placement board of after graduating from IMC. He'll not definitely sit in the placement board." And he had decided he will just devote his whole life for the sake of those children. And he had started with a rented house with those children. And people are saying, and the professors of IMC is saying, "What are you doing? You are a meritorious student. We can get a 7-figure salary or very easily. And you are not saying that I will not appear in the interview board, the recruitment board." Yes, Lohani said, "No, I want to change the life of those persons. I want to be a whole ray of hope for those destitute children. And he had started with a rented house out of only 2 children. And now he's having adopted more than 2,000 children, both in West Bengal, as well as he had started his journey in Madhya Pradesh also. Vinayak Lohani's Parivar Foundation is like this one. It's changing everything. The Parivar and the Vinayak Lohani. You can see it from there. This is extraordinary success story of Vinayak Lohani's. And he believed on this particular philosophy. And now you can see it from there as of July 2019. Parivars, he has started, I have already said, 3 children he has started. Now he had more than 2,100 resident children are there. And he believe in this particular, his called is Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda Seva Kutir in Devas. He had started in Madhya Pradesh also, 248 boarding school in Devas, Shihor, Mandala, Shiopur, and different districts in Madhya Pradesh. He had started with this one. And not only provide them the quality education, also nutritious meal, breakfast, dinner, everything is providing to there. And there is a fully residential accommodation is providing. And this is the unique story of that thing. I want to show you those things. Just a second, let me allow me. Just a minute. Is my screen visible to you?
No, sir, not yet.
Just tell me when it is visible. Is it visible right now?
No, sir. I think it will take some time.
Can you see it now?
No.
It's not working.
Oh, sir, I think.
Tab is not working, huh? Maybe the network actually when I want to play the video, it will take definitely a lot of data loads there. So might be some kind of a problem maybe.
Yes, some technical issues. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but I will share the PPT with the Umesh ji so that you can have the notes and other things from that thing. I do not want to waste your time. I just want to waste your time and stopping the there is saying there is a problem in this. So forget it. No problem. I will. I'm going back to my presentation. It's not possible. Sure. Is my screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
No, I actually want to show the video. Maybe the video is there. If you want to show, if you want to see it, the link is given. I've given both the YouTube links and also the Parivar Foundation's link up there. So you can see it from there. Parivar, the Vinayak Lohani, his story is all about that thing. And the way he's done, he's one of the, and he got the recognition from the government of India as well as from the different transnational organizations. They are giving their recognition to the Parivar Foundation and the Vinayak Lohani. And this story is like this. And the number 3 is on the generosity. Is it visible, Umesh ji?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's visible. Reliance Foundation. Yeah.
Yeah. You know that in generosity, this is it's not a social entrepreneurship as such. I have already said to you. It is from the socially responsible business from the very onset. You can see it from the Sudha Murthy, Infosys Foundation, Reliance Foundation, Ford Foundation, for International Ford Foundation is there. It's all about doing altruistic, definitely you are doing something altruistically to give money or time to some social causes to address some social issues and to give to do something for the society. So it can be one of the another motivation to go for the social entrepreneurship, maybe the generosity. Hello. Any noises coming? Any noises coming? Hello? Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, number 4, Akshay Patra. Yes, I think probably you have heard about this particular foundation. This is the biggest foundation in the world so far as providing the midday meal scheme to the underprivileged, the students of the classroom. They're providing that thing. Akshay Patra, it is actually started 20 years back, yes, and is actually concentrating on the midday meal scheme to the government schools and the government aided schools, government school or the government aided schools of across the country. And actually, it is all about they identify the issue. One of the most important the social issues is about what the country is facing, the malnutrition problem of the children. And that is the problem that has been identified by the Akshay Patra. And Akshay Patra Foundation is right now the world's largest midday meal program, serving more than 1.8 million children, around 19,000 schools across 12 states and 2 union territories of the country. It is making a huge progress. And the Akshay Patra had changed the way they used to see it about the society. Yes, the people nowadays, yes, a lot of studies being conducted across the world, especially India, how the midday meal scheme had changed the dropout ratio, how the midday meal scheme had changed more positively the attendance in the classroom. So these things are there. Midday meal scheme, yes, more kudos going to the Akshay Patra. And obviously, this particular midday meal scheme also is one of the most important issue that actually being addressed to one of the biggest curse of our society, that is called child labor problem. Yes, this can all those 3 problems can be solved by this one initiative taken by the Akshay Patra Foundation, the midday meal scheme. And yes, very good way, the education. The first problem, children malnutrition. Second problem, students education, the educational, whatever the basic education, elementary educations you want to give for each and everyone. Elementary education should be the universal right for each and every children of this country. So second issue. And third issue, that is already being hugely addressed, that is called the child labor. So 3 factors with one go addressed by Akshay Patra Foundation. Yes, this is the idea. So next one, motivation will be the compassion and sympathy. You need to suffer with, you need to feel the same thing. You need to think about, I am with you. I am having the same phase of problem what you are now suffering. This is the compassion. This is the sympathy that I have. I can feel what are the problems you are facing. Because I have undergone the same issues. This is the compassion. That is the sympathy will come, and you can serve the human. Then you can serve. If you are not having the same problem you have faced in your earlier lives, you are not in a position to serve well for the rest of that life for the other citizen. What you are doing, you may, if you are born with a silver spoon and you want to do something for the common people, it is very easy to say, but it is very difficult to practice. Easy to preach, but difficult to practice. So you must have the compassion. You must have empathy. That's why the word I used to say empathy. You must have that thing. Human core values should about your thinking about caring, sharing, and the social impact. Then you can have those ideas. What I'm saying, Gunj. Again, the word of the Gunj. I'm coming back to the Gunj again. You know that Anshu Gupta. He had started, and he was the recipient of the famous Magsaysay Award. And you know it very well, Anshu Gupta, he was an Indian social entrepreneur, and he had changed. It's actually called as the clothing man. Give the old clothes, give the older things. If people, we need those things. We need to serve the communities. He had a lot of ways to serve the communities. He is not only taking those things, he knew that. I have just mentioned about the female menstruation problem. You understand, he actually observed that a woman had, she had actually died because of she had fought with the tetanus. With this kind of a problem, she is facing. See, a safety pin was actually stuck when she is using that kind of cloths during that period. And she believed that he believed that Anshu Gupta believed that I can change with this thing. So he started to collect those clothes from the affluent families. Those are not required for them. Processing it, recycling it, using it fresh, and donating to those women. And donating to those women so that they can produce and they can recycle it and produce the different products. This is also they are doing. The Gunj is also doing. Gunj is also transforming the way the people used to see about the society. The amenities. One of the last, lecture I have attended of my reverend, the former president of our country, the people's president, people used to call him, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. I have a chance to visit it. I have a chance to see him from the face to face. Just 1 or 2 months before his sad demise, when he was going to deliver his lecture to IIM Shillong, he came to Kolkata, Indian Institute of Social Welfare and Business Management, to deliver his speech. He mentioned about the word of Pura, P-U-R-A. It was his dream project, providing urban amenities to the rural. So he is mentioning about all the urban facilities, what the urban people, the peoples are having, the smart cities, all those things. Those facilities should also be percolated, those should also be given to the rural communities. That should be also given. And I have a dream to go for that project, Pura. Ultimately, it was a sad demise of APJ Abdul Kalam. But still, people are doing. Gunj is also doing the same thing. They're transforming the villages with the basic, with those amenities that the urban communities are facing. And the urban communities are enjoying. They are providing that facilities. That is the Gunj is doing. It is a voice and effort. You can visit to the Gunj and you can have the idea how beautifully they are doing it. And a lot of accolades Anshu Gupta had owned as a famous Indian social entrepreneur. He actually received that thing, accolades. I just mentioned about the Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences is, I mentioned the Achit Shamanta. You can see in the extreme right-hand corner, his photo is there. His case is all about that thing. It's the largest residential institute for the tribals in the world. Largest residential institution in the world. Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences. More than 27,000 tribal children are getting the facilities and the services, quality education services from the KIS. A few days back, I have an opportunity to have FDP programs. I have attended an FDP program in the Kalinga Institute of Technologies. It was wonderful. The program was chaired by Dr. Shikta Singh. It was wonderful. That it is not about they are providing the education to KG to PG. They are providing also to the PhD also. Different vocational training, different type of the educational facilities, nutritious food, the on-job training, everything they are getting. And ultimately, Achyut Samanta believed that it is not the thing that it is only the, I have already said, it is just the some kind of a donation that can solve the problem of the tribals, but the education, only the education that can solve the problem of hunger, poverty, illiteracy, and also ignorance. Those are the problems what they have faced in his earlier life, Achyut Samanta. So this is the way the Kalinga was formed, and one of the biggest he has called as a path changers so far as the social entrepreneurship is concerned. Selco, another way. Now just move towards from that education to that kind of environmental. Am I audible to everyone? Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible and screen is visible also.
Okay, thank you. So Selco, you can call it another big, one of the successful Indian social entrepreneur. Yes, Harish Hande. Hande, actually, Mr. Hande, actually again he was recipient of the Magsaysay Awards for his outstanding achievement he's doing for the cause of environment, because you know that every time we are having a problem of global warming, climate change is only because of those kind of a pollutions going on each and every day. Mr. Hande comes to just serve these things. With the help of the Karnataka government, the solar energy he had started. And he had already he had each and every houses he had already started. He is actually the alumnus of the IIT Kharagpur. Again, IIT Kharagpur. They started with only rupees 15,000. Selco was started. And now Selco is one of the biggest energy resource, renewable energy resource provider. The different schools they are providing. The children, the different the different rural areas, the schools are being totally getting the power supply. Where once upon a time it is not possible to get the power supply, the fans are not working, the electricities are not there. Selco is there to help that particular purpose. Yes, I have a chance. Actually, I have a chance to visit. During my days to perform as a role of a presiding officer in a Lok Sabha election and parliament election. I have a chance to visit a school in Sundarban of West Bengal. You know that in South Chobbish it's in the Sundarban is in the both North and South Chobbish Pargana. I have a chance to visit the extreme interior areas of the North Chobbish Pargana, Sundarban. There is a school. It is more than that under 40 feet under the the road level. It was so. It was it is a low land, and there is no electricity was there, no current, no electricity, no fan, nothing was there. We have performed our duty as a election, that presiding officer in this particular booth. And at the time, I have wondered how I just came there only for 2 days, for staying for one night, performing for the only 2 days that I will live. But what about those children who will study there 365 days? They are not getting a basic amenities. Yes, there are a lot of schools, government and government-aided schools, there elementary education school as well as the higher schools are also there. There are not a basic electricity collection is there. The fans are not working. The electricities are not there. Lights are not working. Students are having a huge problems to get a quality, how quality educations can be given. Ishala was there. Selco Foundation Ishala was there to provide the basic amenities by this kind of a, resources, energy resources. So this is the Selco Foundation Ishala. Just a second. Huh? So this is the Selco India Renewable Energy Resources and their foundation. You can see it from there. And now I'm on the fag end of my discussion of some internationally acclaimed, renowned social entrepreneurships. You can see it from there. International Red Cross. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Visible.
International Red Cross was actually being started, by a person of Jean Henry Durant. He was horrified by the carnage is happening in the Battle of Solfernia. A particular ugly fact what is happening is seen that a lot of carnages were there. People are facing a problem. Their huge bloodbaths are there. And how I can solve their problem. He's having this kind of a pain in his mindset. How I can do it. How I can change that every time the war is going on, huge casualties are there. More than 40,000 actually soldiers on the both sides died during this kind of a process. What actually happened, he get observed in the case of when he was in Algeria. He get stopped that. He was getting so much pain. He was a very rich businessman, but he's facing this kind of a pain. No, it is not actually done. The political parties, the states are in the state of affairs of that they are just going for the crosshead for some kind of supremacy, and those that workers are suffering. So those soldiers are suffering. And here started that I need to set up a community that can solve their problem. And he had started International Red Cross, and it was in the Geneva conference. He had placed his proposal, and ultimately the different government had signed, and ultimately ICRC comes into the power. Yes, International Red Cross, they are serving all the soldiers, irrespective of which party from there, which whether he is from the opposition or from the enemy or nothing about that. For them, it is of saving the human lives. It is all about the story of the International Red Cross. Yes, this is one of the most important one. And you know that the Grameen Bank, the story of the Grameen Bank, it was the Nobel recipient of the Muhammad Yunus. He believed on this particular thing that I need to cater the needs of the people, millions of the people. This is the way I need to cater their needs. He was a professor in the Chittagong University, but he believed that they are if I can give the money to the common people, they are in the best way to serve. They are in the best time if I provide them the training, if I provide them the loan, if I provide them the financing things and the job, how they can do their own business, the very good way they can do it. How they have transformed the millions of lives of the women. Yes. By 2021, you can call it the latest figure, 9.38 million members. Majority are the women. 97% are the women. Service of the Grameen Bank, and they have transformed their life. Women are the best manager in such a fund. What Muhammad Yunus used to believe. And this is the story, and there are some information I have already mentioned to you. You can also go for those things. And I will end up my discussion with this one. Muhammad Yunus, he believed that all humans are born entrepreneurs. And it is us who need to ignite their minds. I end up my discussion. Thank you all. If you have any queries, I am more than happy to answer it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. I think there are a few queries.
Yeah.
Yes, participants, you can post your queries in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and you can ask the doubt.
Queries from the chat box, if something is there.
So in chat box, there is one question from, I think, Rinshida.
Rinshida. If an entrepreneur does use charity, then will it come under the social entrepreneurship category? Yeah, it is not about the it is not about the charity. In the first 10 Rinshita, I've already mentioned to you, there is a difference between the charity and the entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not about the charity. You need to identify some social cause and you need to address this social cause. That's all about the entrepreneurship. It's not about the charity as such. If it is charity, I've already said charity, there is a difference between the charity and the entrepreneurship. It is something different. So you can't call like this. Entrepreneurship is not about the charity. You need to think more than that. That is all about social entrepreneurship. It is not about the donating the money. It is about finding out the social cause and doing it. And yeah, next question, Naja had
Yeah, Naja.
mentioned. Naza, altruism and social entrepreneurship, two sides of the same coin. Yes, yes. Altruism and the social entrepreneurship, two sides of the same coin. Exactly what our the father of the nation, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, had rightly pointed out. Yes, they are the both sides of the same coin. You need to have this kind of a feeling, and you need to do for the good of the social causes. That's all about the social entrepreneurship. Yes, altruism is the stepping stone of yeah. CSR termed as no. CSR is something different, Manisha. CSR is actually, I have already mentioned to you, so CSR actually is an obligation from the big business houses. They are taking the so much from the society, and this is their responsibility to do something for the society. This is about the CSR. But social entrepreneurship is not about the business company. What the company used to do, they are donating the money. That about they are giving the money for some social causes. But social entrepreneurship is more than that. It's all about finding out the social causes, what Vinayak Lohani had identified, what Anshu Gupta had identified, what Muhammad Yunus had identified, and striving for that particular mission. It is not the Reliance Foundation, it is not the Reliance in the Industries Limited or the Tata, what they are doing. What they want to do in their own ways, they are doing the business and they are donating the money, they are giving the money or doing something for the social cause for being obviously, as per the Schedule 7 of the Companies Act 2013, whatever that will be said, that will come under the ambit of social responsibility. So it is corporate social responsibility. The word corporate comes before the social responsibility. So it is distinguishing between the social entrepreneurship and the corporate social responsibility. You know it very well. So it's not the same thing. Any query from anyone? You can also
Yes, any other queries? Either you can unmute yourself and you can ask, or you can post in the chat box. Hello, students? Can you hear me? Or other participants? Sir, I got one query from Farhan in my personal chat box. He has asked, normally the profit maximization and wealth maximization are the major objectives of an entrepreneur. So how these two objectives can be attained by a social entrepreneur? Because without profit and wealth maximization, entrepreneur cannot survive.
Yeah, I already said to you, obviously, when I mentioned that particular flowchart, I've shown you that definitely they should generate enough return to safeguard their position. It is very good. But on the same side, you need to understand also this particular fact that your only motive is not to make profit. It's about the serving the social cause. That's all about the social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship, definitely they need to earn some return for sustaining their business, but it is not for all. It is all about what I have said. It is all about sometimes you need to think. It's when you are doing the business of social entrepreneurship, your motive is to think about the targeting some social cause, social problems, and solving it. It is not the profit motive. But definitely you need to earn return so that you can sustain yourself. That is the thing. That's it.
There should be a balance, sir, isn't it?
There should be
a proper balance.
Proper balance, but not the profit cannot be the sole objective. Your objective, one and only objective, is to about the finding the social causes and attaining it. That is the important. Any other queries?
Yeah, any other queries? You can interact or you can ask any your doubts regarding to this theme, social entrepreneurship. Sir, one more query I've got my personal chat box. this is from Drishya. She's asking whether rural entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship are both interconnected or not.
It depends. It depends. It depends. It's a very good question. Rural entrepreneurship, definitely, if it is definitely, you know it very well. They are concerned. There are two different segmentation. Rural entrepreneurship is concerned about the rural causes, rural activity, some kind of rural causes, maybe. What are the problems are facing the educational problems, the infrastructure problems, the entrepreneurships, rural entrepreneurship is focusing on that issue. But the social entrepreneurship is not about restricting the rural or society, or that rural or the urban. It can serve anyone. Akshay Patra is serving everyone. Akshay Patra Foundation is serving everyone. It is serving the rural primary school as well as the urban primary school. It is not about a particular. So social entrepreneurship is more than that. But Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences is only for that rural area, rural belt. You can call it the tribal belt. So it can be like this one. So social entrepreneurship is more than that. But yes, obviously one wing can be a part of rural entrepreneurship, because they basically in India, we are having the problem actually going in the majority of the social problems are coming from the rural belt. So definitely they are more concerned about that thing, and some there may be a overlapping situation in the rural entrepreneurship and the social entrepreneurship. But social entrepreneurship is not necessarily must be the rural. That's why Akshay Patra is everywhere.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you for valuable tips. And is there any other queries? We are all learning entrepreneurship development as a subject. So
very important subject.
Yes, they are learning in their second year graduation, BCom, as well as in BBA too. And okay, if there is no more queries, then we can wind up. Is that okay, all the participants? Okay, thank you, Amit sir. It was really a wonderful session. I mean, all the aspects regarding social entrepreneurship, and you have very elaborately explained everything, all the minute details also. And it was really an interesting area. And I truly believe that all the participants they might have enjoyed, and it was a really informative session. That's very important. So for the official vote of thanks, I would like to invite my colleague, Dr. Fatima Adila Bivi. I think she is present here.
Sir, just 1 minute, please.
Yeah, okay, Naja.
Yeah.
We have to invite Dr. Abdul Sakir, HOD of PG Department of English and IQAC Chairman of our college. Sir, Abdul Sakir sir is here.
Hello, Naja, just a minute. I think Adila teacher has joined.
Yeah, okay.
Hello?
Yeah, Adila, yeah, you're audible. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Naja, for inviting me. Greetings from the Department of Commerce and Management Studies, Amal College of Advanced Studies, Nilambu. This is the last end of this last session, that is the first technical session, which is led by Dr. Amit Majumdar sir. Actually, this seminar, Social Entrepreneurship, the importance and relevance of this Social Entrepreneurship seminar is very relevant. The topic is, the title of this seminar is very relevant in today's context. Then anyway, I'm entering to my duty. First of all, the department express our sincere gratitude to each and everyone who participated and who joined with us through Google Meet as well as to the YouTube live streaming. Thank you all. First of all, I express our sincere gratitude to the keynote speaker, Dr. Reggie, Chakrabarti for giving an overview about the topic social entrepreneurship, and he always related the topic to the some important areas like women empowerment, and he also presented some of the publications which is presented in this topic entrepreneurship as well as the financial inclusion. Some of the publications is also presented or sharing by using sharing the screen. Anyway, thank you, sir, for presenting such a wonderful presentation and speech to the seminar. And I also thankful to the technical session resource person, Dr. Amit Majumdar, sir, for giving such a wonderful presentation for this seminar. Sir covered the topic social entrepreneurship very well by using some of the relevant examples like Grameen Bank and importance of women empowerment. Always he is also attached with the social entrepreneurship subject. And we, the Department of Commerce and Management Studies, Amal College of Advanced Studies, Nilambu, expressing our sincere gratitude to you, sir, for inviting our for accepting our invitation and joining with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. From the part of the Department of Commerce and Management Studies as well as from the part of the organization. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this wonderful and informative, fruitful presentation with the relevant examples. And we are also thankful to each and every participant, including faculty members from different institutions all over the India, and as well as some of the students, PhD scholars, the colleagues from our department, our colleges as well as joining with us. And once again, I thank you each and everyone who support us, who join with us for this wonderful one-day international webinar. Thank you once again. Thank you. Over to you, Naja.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mishi, for giving the opportunity to share some thoughts with you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for
sir.
sparing your time.
Thank you. If you
It means a
can
lot
allow
for
me-
us.
Yeah. If you can allow me, I can leave because I have a class in university.
Yeah, sure, sir. With pleasure.
Wish you all the best to all the students and the participants. And a special thanks to the Amal College, especially Umesh ji, for giving the opportunity once again. We'll be in touch, definitely.
Yeah, true, sir. True.
Academic endeavor. We'll be love to be there. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye. So that's the end of the first technical session. To all the participants. Now we will be joining here at sharp 2 o'clock for the second technical session by one of the leading social entrepreneur of Kerala. She settled at the Kochi, Rasha ma'am. So I think at 2 o'clock we will meet here. It's a lunch break now. Over to you, Naja.
Okay, that's all, sir. Okay, the first technical session is over. And the second technical section will start at 12 p.m.
It's 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Naja.
Okay,
2 p.m.
sorry, it's 2 p.m. Then see at 2 p.m. Okay.